How's it going, everybody? This is Old Man Crunchy, and we got a match for you today over at Racm in Colorado Springs between me and Jesse. And I won the coin toss, and it was my break. I guess I must have made something, so I elected to do stripes, or take stripes. So sorry about the video quality. I had a bunch of issues during the recording process of this match, but it's the first video. We'll make it work, you know? It was a long shot, and now it's his shot. So tried to make the one. He made the one. He's going for the 7. Didn't exactly make the 7. Kind of overcut it. It's the first game of the day. None of us had a warm up or anything, so we're just working with it. This first match is not easy for either of us to get through. So I had a long shot to cut that, what looks like the 14 in. He's got a shot on the 2 that he's looking at, but I would honestly try and redo that combo so that way we can try and get closer to it or be able to make the other ball in, but he's leaving it tied up, and so he ended up missing the 2. He probably had shape on that. I think there's a 3 over there by what looks like the 9, where all those balls are hovering around that pocket. So now I could probably make this 15, but I'm not going to have any shape on anything as long as I don't hit it hard enough, or you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to try and play safe, just barely hit it and try and tuck him behind his balls over there. So now I tied up his balls, and Jesse says that the cue ball is tied up. It's frozen to his 7 right there. He's taking a look at it. Good defense that he could play is just, since it is frozen, just kind of make sure something touches the rail, but keep the ball right there, because I'm going to have to come 2 rails for something anyway. He does so, but he leaves a little bit of a window. I don't have a clear shot. I'd have to do a 4-ball combo or something just to make something in. But I do see in that corner by that 15, I'm taking a look at it now. It looks like I have enough room to be able to cut that in, but that's a tough cut. I hit it clean, but I didn't hit it good. So now Jesse's got some balls that he can make. He'd go for the 2, he'd go for the 3, but I think he likes the 3 being there. So he's taking the combo when it's harder this time. I don't know if he just skidded or if he thought he could make that 7, but he didn't really take his time thinking through this portion of the rack. So I'm trying to figure out how to knock some balls loose without disturbing too much. I think my goal was to hit the 5 into the 8, and maybe the 8 would push that 14 in that's closest to that corner. But I got a shot on it anyway, so it works out. I'm calling that pocket. Jacking up over here. That was a good hit, but it was so close to the pocket I didn't think I'd miss it, and then I ended up scratching. So Jesse's got ball in hand. We're playing BCA rules, by the way, standard BCA rules. I don't know all the rules, but Jesse does. But it's alternate break, call your pocket. That was a nice shot down the rail. Didn't leave himself much, but that was That's a good try on that too. That's a hard shot to make because you're worried about hitting that point, which it ended up doing. I think you would have had a shot on that 7 too. It's hard to tell from this angle. So I gotta make shape for something, so that's a hard cut to do. And I wasn't too ecstatic that I knocked his ball. If I hit the rail and missed his ball, I think I would have had a better shape for either the 10 or the 9. I could have worked with something. That 9 over in the corner is kind of a hard... they're so close together. You have to figure something out. So I just elected to maybe try and get some shape on that 10 by banking this 13. Solid bank. I didn't want to get that close to the 8. I would have had a better shot on the 9. I think that's what I'm taking a look at. But I don't want to do anything crazy. I am taking a look at it. I think it is makeable, but not at the angle that I'm at. So I'm calling this 10 into the side in an attempt to come 2 or 3 rails, probably 3 rails. Hopefully get better shape on the 9. I just got to make sure I don't hit that 2. I think the problem with that shot was I hit it too hard, so any bottom spin that I put on the ball didn't really take to the table in time. But I did need the ball to get far enough and avoid that 2, so... Jesse elects to try and make the combo. It was a good attempt. He just didn't quite get there. Fortunately, he's still tied up on that 9, but I need to work something. The only thing I can do is try and hit that 5 if I make this 10. But I don't know how the cue ball is going to react to the rail, so fortunately it works out, and I've got a clear shot on the 14. Just got to make the 14, nudge the 5 out of the way, and have a clear shot on the 8. Boom. Alright, alternate break, so now it's Jesse's break. Excuse me. I'm wearing my blanket right now because it just snowed yesterday. It's Halloween today. And I got my coffee. So Jesse must have scratched on the break, I think, so now it's my shot. There's a cluster over here, so I'm electing to shoot solids. I made the 3, which I thought was nice. I didn't have a good angle on it. I didn't set myself up well enough, but I figured if I knocked into that 14, it would have slowed the ball down a little bit, but there was some spin, so it took to the rail a little more. I was intending to use that 5 to knock out the 4, which I did, but it was too close, so now I don't like the angle of the 4. The only shot I got is this, looks like 7 into the side, and I missed it. I overcut it. There's a little bit of a cluster over here for Jesse. He tried to make that 11 in, but I don't know if he was focused on his shot or not, or if he thought it was too easy or something, but he ended up hitting the 13 first, I think it was. He hit the other ball before he hit the 11, so that's why everything got moved around. Fortunately, he knocked my 1 out of the way, so it's at a better spot. I just need to navigate to it. The only good shot that I have is the 2. Make shape for the 4. Taking a look at things. Everything's goofy. Made the 2 right on. So now I gotta go for the 4. I've got the 1 in the middle of the table and the 7. And I need to figure out how to hit this 4 so I have shape on either of them. So I need to come 2 rails, come to the middle of the table. Fortunately, avoided his 14 right there. I'm taking a look at the 1. It looks like it goes, but if I remember, there's a small distance between the 1 and that stripe. Just a stop shot is good enough. I got a little weird on this 7. If I just put straight up top on there, either putting English or whatever on there, I need to get on this closer to the 8 on, but not too close, and I think it'll bring me too close. So try to go 2 or 3 rails to have better shape, and then make the 8 ball. That was a tough rack for Jesse. It's my break now. Looking at 2-0. Doesn't look like I made anything. A little bit of a cluster towards where the rack was, but there's some space. Jesse makes the 1. So maybe he wants to try and shoot for the 2. I think he might be looking at that 6. I don't know what would be a better shot. He does need to break it out a little bit more to get on the 8 somehow. Nice shot on the 6. Knocked the 4 out of the way a little bit, but and he's stuck on the rail, so he's oh, but he could see the 2. Nice little insurance ball. See, I think his problem with that shot was he must have hit it a little funny. Maybe it hit the corner or somewhere inside of the pocket and just rattled out, because it just didn't go in. Now it's tied up with the 5. So getting on my 15 over by the 8 is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Need to figure out how to get there. Meanwhile, my maybe the 13 or whatever ball is by his 3 over here. All right, so I put a little spin on that on the ball, try and push the 8 into what looks like my 15. So it's got some room. Looks like I can make this ball, and I miss it. Must have hit it wrong. It's a tight squeeze. So now Jesse's at the table, and he needs to figure out how to maneuver that 2 and that 5. But if I remember correctly, that 5 does not go into that corner. I think he'd have to hit the bottom side of the 2 to knock the 5 into there based on the angle. So let's see what he does here. Tries to make his 4. I think you could see it. It's a little bit of an intimidating shot because my ball's in the way. And I can't exactly see my ball here. I have to swerve around it. I could try and make that 13, but I'm pretty sure that 3 is in the way, so I need to kind of swerve this because I don't have a clear shot. And I miss it. His balls are still tied up over here, which is helpful for me. Makes his 3 in. Gets close to bumping it. I think if he put more left spin on it, as he made that ball, Probably would have come down this way to hit it. Might have had a shot on the 2 once it knocks the 5 out. But he tried to push the 2, or hit the 5 to push the 2 to maybe knock out my 15, but you could see it, and he's calling the 2 in that pocket. He thins the 5 too much, so it comes around the 2, and the 2 doesn't really move. But now I have a harder shot for my stripe in that corner. Try and make this 13 to the corner. I made it that time, round 2. I wanted to come a little closer to this 12, so that way I can just stop shot it and make that 14 into the corner over by his pile up over here. Is that the 14? Looks like the 14. So I think I need to make the 14 anyway. And I'm looking at this 9 to see where I need to hit on the 9 to get it further down table. Bumped the 12 a little too much. Hit that shot a little hard. I was actually trying to avoid that too. I did want to come 2 rails down, but maybe I can make the 10 into the same side that I made that 9 in, but it didn't exactly work out. I don't have a shot on that ball into the side pocket, so I had to make it into the corner. That's a long shot. That's a real hard shot. And this shot I could see into the side without hitting that 5, but I did not call that pocket. I hit it just a little bit goofy, kind of like Jesse did in the earlier rack. So it's his shot, wrong pocket. He's got solids, and he's got to deal with that pile up. I don't know if he intended to go around that way or if he wanted to knock it. If he knocked it as light as he did, I think he would have snookered himself. And so this looks like it would have been the better shot. So he makes the combo. That was a solid shot. He either needed to hit that harder or lighter so that way it stays over at that rail. So now he's forced to do a kick. And he did hit the ball square on. It was a legal shot. He just didn't hit it right, I suppose. So maybe it kind of thinned it a little, pushed the 15 out and came around the 2. There's a little gap in there, but I think I could see the... what is it? Maybe the 15 or something. It looks like it's the 15. But I need to figure out where to put it. Where to put the cue. I don't think I can make this, so I need to kind of snooker him. Now, I didn't know that thing was going to go in, but you can't see it. The ball is still spinning right now, and maybe it comes to a stop here, but I needed to come up table so he'd have a harder shot on the 2. Just he's jacking up. I don't know, the ball hit too fast on it. You'd have a harder shot for the 8. It just hit a little funny, so I'm actually electing to bank this 8. I'm just kind of pointed at where I needed to hit. But the 8 does go in. That was my point. Jesse changed his break. And that 5 just flows right in front of him. Looks like all he's got is stripes. Unless if he can make that one. It looks like the one. And he doesn't make it. Didn't take a whole lot of time looking at it. I don't know what he would have shot afterwards. Maybe the 6. But I think I'm taking a look at it from a different angle. It's going to be kind of hard to use stripes with that cluster and the shape that I'm in right now. Maybe I could bump some balls, but right now it looks like solids is the way to go. The one ball makes a good insurance ball, so I think anyway, so I'm going to try and make this 6 into the corner. And I hit it a little weird. I put spin on it in hopes that I would avoid the scratch, but it ended up scratching anyway. I don't even think the 6 made it. So he still wants solids, and it looks like he's trying to combo this. And he hit it too thin, so it just rattled. Popped out. Or maybe it hit the rail and popped out, I don't know. So what's a good shot here? Still looking like solids. So maybe I need to make the one come down for shape for the 4. There's a lot of balls tied up. I think I moved that 6 out of the way. Yeah, I'm trying to get a new camera so that way you can see the balls better and, you know, getting a tripod and having a better view of the table. Let's see what I do here. Wow. Yeah, so I made I think it was the 7-up table. I must have had room in between what looks like the 12 and the 8. And I made that 6 at the same time. I made 2 shots in a row. And so I need to make this 3, somehow make shape on the 8, and I missed it. I don't think there was a way that I could have gone to the 8 on the other side, so I had to come down table, and I don't know, that was a hard shot. So, it's Jesse's shot. He would have had good shape on there. It's just a long shot. You got to worry about skidding and if you're hitting it right. And so I got a shot on the 5. I have no idea how I'm going to get to this 8. Kind of surprised that I even made that. Now here I do have a shot on the 8. I can't make it, but I can hit it. So I'm gonna like to play safe. Try to tuck him a little bit farther behind the 8. He does have a shot, so let's see how he plays it. It's all cluttered over there. I think he should make that 10. Kind of punch to the 13. Maybe he's trying to bank this 13. Oh, he's trying to play it safe on me. Okay. I don't have a clear shot on the 8, but there is some room to navigate, and I do want to push him up table because I think that 9 and that 14, I'm sure you could do the combo, but It's a little bit more difficult. He does have 2 chances at a combo using that 15 into the 14, so really I just need to hit this 8 ball, try and put him up table. It's the best I can do. He misses the combo. Alright, so I'm calling the 8 in the opposite corner. The farthest corner. But I'm pretty close to the rail, so it's kind of a hard shot to make. If I just put top on it, it's probably going to scratch, so I need to give it some type of bottom to hit the other rail, and I did not get there. It just scratched. So this is BCA. I did scratch, so it's ball in hand for him, and I didn't lose. In APA, that would be a scratch 8, so in APA I would have lost, but BCA is different. So Jesse makes the ball. He gets tied up behind that 15. He doesn't want to, I don't think he wants to take the 9 because he doesn't trust the points on here. That could be frozen, and you could hit that ball and it'll hit the nipple anyway. So he tried to make the 10, or at least play it safe. What am I going to do here? Taking a look at my options. I think I'm trying to bank it over to this side over here. Oh, I'm trying to block him. Thank God I didn't scratch. It helps because now he has a 3-ball combo. He's already had a hard time making combos. That was a nice shot. But now he's got 3 balls to worry about, and that 15 is kind of in there. So, but he's going to have a hard shot on the 9 because the 8's going to be there. So now he's going to play his safety. He didn't touch a rail. He actually hit rail first and then hit the 13. There could have been some table roll on there. Not really sure. So I'm calling the bank. Opposite corner. Clean shot. I don't think Jesse's focused. He's... Because usually between me and him, this is a pretty decent matchup. I mean, he's a really good shot, but today... Maybe it was the camera. It's our first time recording. We'll come up with more videos. Looks like it's a dry break. There's not too much hassle with this rack, except where the cue is right now. Looks like an 11 and a 5 are tied up, and it's blocking the 8, at least on one corner. Jesse's shot. What's he doing? Looks like he wants to try and make that 14. He didn't take too much time on that shot. You really have to focus on those combos, and I think he's missed most of his combos here. He's made a couple, but they were pretty close and hard to miss, but when there's that gap, pretty much anything could happen. So he misses it, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Looks like I want to make solids, so I'm going to go for this 1. That 6 looks makeable. Down the corner. Oh, okay. I think I saw a shape on that, or I was able to make that 3, but something must have happened and I knocked that 7. Made the 3 go crazy. I missed that same shot at the other rack. I think he's just frustrated because he keeps missing these shots. I can still see the 6, but I remember this shot. I'm trying to put some draw so that way I can come back up table, maybe up to 3 rails for shape in the middle of the table. And maybe it didn't take, or it looked like I hit it funny, but I don't think it took the drag, so it ended up going into the scratching in the side. So now Jesse's got ball in hand. Nice shot. He's got that 14. Slow roll it in there. He needs to slow roll this, that way you get that other ball, which he does. He's got shape on it. I think the 13 goes in the opposite corner by the 5. Hits it a little hard. Or maybe he's just trying to clear out some balls. I would have slow rolled it towards that 15 and taken that cut. Might give me a chance to open up that 6. But he got real close to making that 10, and not sure what he would have done with that 13 or the what looks like the 12 tucked behind that maybe the 7. He's got to break that out somehow. So I got an open table here. I need to figure out a way to break that out. There was just enough room around that 13 to skid around, so I'm glad I didn't hit it too hard, because that ball with spin could just have it go flying. So this will make this ball much easier. Okay, there you go. So came a little far, but this is my chance. Just put some top on there and bump out that 7. Not a clear shot, but I knew what was going to happen, so I'm banking the 7 cross side. Just take it easy, easy shot. All right, I'm calling the other the corner by the 13. If I need to, I could just bump his 10 or his 12, or just come around like that. But I made it, and that's the match. Sorry about the video quality again, people. You know, this was a fun match with Jesse. He was he was pretty disappointed in this match. He wanted it to be closer and just have a better game, but he brought his tablet, so we'll probably use his tablet next time until I get a new camera or something. But see you next time, y'all.